Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Gearing up for my biggest art show as of yet. I'm in Las Vegas right now, and I'm going to be showing some of my biggest masterpieces, including the first ever big geode that I ever poured. And there's an interesting story behind the creation of this geode. And what had happened was I was living in a very cramped, tiny house with a roommate, and I'm doing my bismuth art, and I had accidentally tripped the circuit breakers. What had happened was I had two hot plates, one for the main batch of bismuth, the other one to heat up the mold to pour stuff in. And at the time I hadn't even thought about the idea of creating a geode like this. I was trying to fish crystals out of the second bowl that I was preheating, pouring liquid bismuth in. I had two hot plates plugged in. I had a furnace plugged in because when you do stuff like this, it creates a lot of slag, and I have a furnace that does carbothermic reductions to turn the slag back into good metal. And so I had three very heavy appliances plugged in. My roommate, he loved playing some sort of heavy-duty computer game. He had a computer that was using 2,000 watts. Needless to say, the circuit breaker tripped. Neither of us knew where the breakers were. I was frantically running around the house looking for it because I wanted to keep the bismuth warm. It doesn't really turn out very well if it's the heat's cut off in the middle of making the crystal. We found the breaker. I unplugged the furnace for now because the slag, that could wait. And I thought I had messed everything up. I took the second container and poured the liquid bismuth into the main batch to start over again, and to my surprise, this is what remained, and my first big masterpiece. After I figured it out, I went on a frenzy that month of pouring even more geodes like that. I got a dozen more. Gonna have a big weekend. Now, I've also done a few smaller ones, just because some people don't have the space for the big ones, so I do smaller geodes as well. And then obviously my statues and all that. This one I poured by mistake, actually. I had spilled some bismuth onto the floor, and that's what turned of it. Nothing spectacular about this piece, except it was made from some Pepto-Bismol tablets, expired tablets that a friend of mine had given me, and I did some carbothermal reduction and turned it back into bismuth metal. And when I did the calculation, I actually recovered most of the bismuth. There was very little loss, so that was good. Anyways, it really stories like that, among the other things that I poured by mistake, really highlight some of the biggest benefits of having a romance to myself, right? So I can't imagine having a partner and say, hey, let's go to Las Vegas, there's an art show this weekend, and just on a whim, just heading out, right? Or sometimes, just the other day, I was going to go to lunch at this, on my way in here, I had a favorite restaurant, I was about to stop there, but then I looked at my, I drive a Kia Forte, and on the dashboard it tells you how many miles per gallon you're getting, and for some reason I was getting a really good gas mileage while on the highway, and I didn't want to interrupt that, and so I decided to skip lunch And it made my intermittent fasting a few hours longer anyway. See, if I had a girl in the car with me, I don't think that would go, hey, let's not stop for lunch. I'm getting 60 miles to the gallon. I don't want to interrupt this. I don't think that would flow very well, right? The last time I was here in Las Vegas was 2 years ago, and I actually went to one of the casinos here. I usually wouldn't because casinos here still allow smoking, and I don't like that. But at the time, it wasn't terribly out of place to put on a P100 mask, right? You'd probably look very out of place if you went into a casino today looking like that. And I wanted to practice some card counting because I've been watching videos about it. And with the P100 on, it made it very easy to whisper 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -1. And nobody saw me doing that. And so that was, I still ended up losing like 20, 30 bucks anyway, but that was fun. I don't think I could do that if there was a girl in tow, right? Just last week, I took a girl to my favorite restaurant, and it felt like my dining experience was completely watered down by the fact that she was with me. I had to watch my table manners. I had to interact with her. I felt like I only got a fraction of the kind of experience I could get at that restaurant if I were going alone. I really did. I really did. Anyways, that's just the quirk of how I experience my romance. I don't want to change it, but I wish people would accept me for who I am. This is the Peter Dislike Show! Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.